Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I fought back. Hi all. I'm a 26F and recently got into it with my mom. I'm a bit of the black sheep of my family because I fight the traditions and gender stereotypes since I am Pakistani. My mom has always been a narcissist her whole life, constantly victimizing herself and gaslighting me. I am the middle child and the one that does not back down without a fight. She is always in a mood and tries to find things to get angry about when she is in her mood, and this time it was literally over a bowl not being flipped upside down. I had my AirPods in and I could not hear her when she was calling my name. She was screaming my name, so I went downstairs and said, "What is the problem now?" And she just went off and I ended up yelling back because I said it's not productive that you have to yell back at me just because of this. It tipped her off even way more. She knows she can't control me and it feels good to know she can't. I do technically live at home, but I am planning on moving out. After her yelling, she said to get out of her house, and she doesn't want a relationship with me and that I am evil. I kept telling her that she constantly is yelling and getting mad at me, and I told her in Islam, since she's a firm believer in it and I'm not, that parents need to respect kids. She said that I don't have to respect you and you don't deserve any respect. She then gaslights me and says that I hate all of them, my dad, her, my siblings, and I told her that's wrong, that I don't like living in California. I've always told her this, and she got more angry. All my life I had to walk on eggshells with her and her moods, yet she always projects onto me and says things like I'm scared of you and other things when she is the one we are all scared of. The irony of it all is that she is a registered nurse. I cannot wait to never see her again. She is the woman I refuse to be and I would not want my own kids around her. I think she knows I am onto her and her manipulative ways, that she is very threatened. Story 2. I'm being stalked and harassed, so I've begun to make end-of-life arrangements. XL. Sorry. Trigger warning: stalking, harassment, SA, DV, SI. Throw away because reasons will become clear. Sorry for the length. I have been holding this all in for the past year, and if I don't find an outlet, I'm going to explode. My partner was having an affair at the start of our relationship. We have since gone to therapy and I wholly trust that it has ended. Our relationship is better than ever. Several years have passed since it ended, but this woman will not quit. Honestly, I wish I was half as relentless as her. I moved, changed jobs, quit an entire friend group, because one person was feeding her information. I deactivated my social media several years ago for safety purposes. I found that most of my internet searches led to Reddit, so I decided to make an account. Huge mistake. I couldn't change my phone number because it's linked to my professional license. This is pretty much how it pans out. She tries to contact me, I block her. She tries with another number, block that one too, goes back to the drawing board and digs up anything she can find on me, then corners my partner and flips out, spinning the information to make me out like the one harassing her. He tells her to leave us alone, tells her she's toxic and gives me a heads up. Then about a week or so later she shows up at my place of residence. He's never in any harm. I seem to have become the target of her obsession. Rinse and repeat 8 months later. Sometimes the steps vary ever so slightly, but you get the gist. I've spoken to this woman Ma'aib once or twice because I stupidly wanted to know about the extent of the affair. What got me worried is that she approached us in public when I was out with my partner and friends. We left. She got in her car and followed us for 2 hours. Eventually we went to the police station to file a report. The good OL guys, gals, and non-binary pals in blue said she hasn't done anything illegal and hopefully she will find a new love interest and leave us alone. I have security cameras and an alarm system with live monitoring, so felt some sense of safety until I let my guard down this past year because it was quiet on all fronts, so I'd post a comment occasionally on Reddit. She found my account and now she's back. I guess she's been studying up on my life's work because she is now prepared to defend her dissertation on a fictional story based on me, and no, I didn't post identifying/personal information. But sheesh, I wish I had that kind of free time on my hands. She threw my emotional struggles essay and subsequent failed attempt to die by suicide, infertility issues, in my face by comparing herself to me because she doesn't have that baggage and I'm so pathetic that I couldn't even kill myself right, just undid all the therapy I've been working on for years in one text. I was in such a low place after that and gave myself 1 year to work on finding my smile, back in therapy, and just learned a lot about myself in the process of finding something worth living for. That year mark is coming up, and she's back via hang-up call, constant hang-up calls and veiled threats. Honestly, she sounds more deranged more than ever. I haven't been eating, sleeping, lost 19% of my body weight in the past few months, my health is deteriorating, I can't focus. I'm just waiting for her to pop up anywhere I go. Last night encompassed the 3rd night in a row without sleep. She's managed to study up on psychological warfare. I'm weak, I fear for my life, my livelihood, any little sound startles me. Since I couldn't sleep, I got to work. I have legal services though my job, so I requested help with filing a civil harassment order of protection, so that's pending, but from what I read it might not be granted. So my next step was to use ARAG's DIY forms to begin the process of filing my advanced directive, living will, last will and testament, set up a trust for my nibblings, and elect a power of attorney for health care. I have previously made my wishes known to my sister, but never got around to putting pen on paper. All that's missing is to get these bad boys signed and notarized. I don't know if it's going to be her doing or my own, but I can't keep living like this. It all seems bleak now because I'm in the thick of it all, but I have a loving, supportive family, I have a partner who loves me, and despite it all, I love him back. I don't know if my mental and physical health is worth it anymore. I'm even considering ending my relationship because despite what I set up to, as I write this, I decided he must be doing something to keep her interested. It might be my lack of sleep. I can't think straight. I'm at a loss. I'm just scared. Edit for clarity. Story 3. My boyfriend told me that he approached me first because of my boobs and I feel awful. We met at college 2 years ago because we shared a class. He's a funny and handsome guy, and even though I really love him now, at first I found him kinda annoying because he was always talking loud and making jokes with his friends. I've always had big boobs, and until a few years ago I'd always been ashamed and self-aware of them, so I've always tried to hide them with big clothes. I was often getting catcalled or called names because of it, and it grew to the point where I begged my parents to help me. I switched schools and things got better for a while, then I came to college and nobody cared about them. Nobody cared about me though, and it was so fantastic, and I felt so happy that I took my chance and begun to dress cuter and just allowed myself and my body to exist as I was. But I want to make sure that I still didn't wear tight clothes or big cleavages, just normal clothes, I guess. My experience with guys were bad enough, and when my BF first approached me I kept my distance. Eventually we grew closer and begun dating, and we've been taking it slow. I was happy with him. If he didn't had told me, I'd had never guessed that he approached me because of that. He did say he found me pretty, and since I didn't talk a lot it pinched his interest. I thought it was cute. Last Friday we attended a Halloween party and he had been saying he wanted to see me dressed as Jessica Rabbit. I'm no fool and I knew why, but at this point we've been dating for a year. He had seen me naked and I really like when he dresses with certain t-shirts that show off his arms, so I thought why not, and I got a Jessica Rabbit costume. The party itself was fine. He drank more than he should have, so I drove him back to his APT. On the way home he kept complimenting me and trying to touch me, like in my arms, my face, my legs, just wanted to have his hands on me. I told him off a few times and then he just sat there quietly while looking at me. Then he just said when he first approached me he just wanted to sleep with me to see how big my boobs were, and that he just talked about our dates and things like that. I felt my heart breaking because, as I said, I'd never guessed it. I dropped him off, helped him get to his apartment and just tossed him on his bed. He asked if I wanted to spend the night and I said no. We haven't really talked since and I don't know how to approach it. He always pick me up in the morning so we can go to school, and since I haven't really said anything I know it'll be a silent ride and he'll now I think it shouldn't matter because I know he's not with me for that anymore and we didn't even have sex until a few months after that. But, it matters? It bothers me, I feel dirty all over again. Story 4. I hate that my mom is old, it's so unfair. I'm a 19-year-old person and my mom is 63, I'm currently crying in my room thinking it's so unfair my mom and dad had me so late. My dad died few years ago and now I live with my mom only, she works for me, does everything for me, does commissions and everything, I go to school, as I lost some years I still have 3 left, and wondering if my mom would still be alive by that time, to see me graduate, or leave the house, or not because she'll need my help in a few years. It's so unfair, I'm mentally ill, and I think I have a slight intellectual disability too. Man, I'm too young for this, I'd have to do everything on my own, take my own big responsibilities and go on. I'm just saying, but it's so unfair, I'm not ready but I have to be. When also my mom will be gone I'll be on my own and it's so scary. Even though I have people who love me and the best boyfriend, nothing will be the same without my mother, I love her so much and couldn't really spend my childhood with her, so I wish I could go back and change everything. Yes, I am making good memories with her now but, still, I feel so empty, I can't imagine a world without her. Every year I think that the next year she'll be older and that seriously haunts me in my sleep almost every night. It's so unfair people get to still have their grandparents and parents in their 30s and I'm 19 with only my mom here, I'm not ready for the world yet. Story 5. I'm a hermit who can't have a life as I'll get bullied for being a very ugly male. Story 6. Being in a relationship has ruined the holidays for me. Not for the reason you think though, it's entirely ruined it for me because there is no pleasing either family. You have some options, and each one of them pisses off one or both families less. Go to family A's house, pisses off family B. Go to family B's house, pisses off family A. Eat dinner at family A and dessert at family B, pisses off A, and pisses of B way more. Eat dinner at family B and dessert at family A, pisses off B, and pisses of A way more. This has entirely ruined 2 specific holidays for me, Thanksgiving and Christmas. There is absolutely no situation in which both families are happy. I would honestly love it if I could just skip the holiday altogether, but I'd need some damn good excuses. The thing I hate almost as much as everyone being upset with whatever decision you make, is the driving. Holy shit, I'm in the car for like 50% of Thanksgiving Day just hopping between houses. Thinking about starting to plan a yearly vacation that accidentally falls on Thanksgiving every year. Still haven't figured Christmas out. That's all for today, please don't forget to like and subscribe.